Hello, hello. Welcome. We're going to do a channeled message. This is going to be an all signs reading, collective message, largely channeled, but we are going to use the cards, of course, for the month of February. February is a big month, astrologically speaking. And it is something that astrologers are talking about in terms of kind of the shifts that are taking place and really allowing what needs to fall away to just fall away. And that can be really hard if you're like me, who I really like to hang on to things. I really like to commit to things pretty fiercely. I don't like to leave a job unfinished, and I don't like to leave people disappointed. I don't like to let go of my commitments, you know. However, what I have been feeling for the collective, this is part of my message that's come through thus far, is that there are things that just need to go. And it's not personal. It's really not. And I think that it is getting in the way of manifestations, blessings, your joy, your creations, you know. It's possible. It's possible. You know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But some things are going to have to fall away this month. And so we are going to pull some cards. I've got a few decks that we're going to use, and I'm actually feeling called to one in particular that I have tucked away. Let's see. So we're going to see what she has for us. Actually, this deck actually gives me more of a masculine energy. This one I might need to pull the guidebook out for, so we'll just bring that out just in case. Got my tea here. Get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever sits right for you. And let's get into it. I've got my big chunk of Libyan desert glass here. This is just a beautiful addition to my desk and to my work and to my practice. I love it so much. She doesn't have a name yet. I felt like Tabitha came through recently, like something with a T, something tab. All right, let's see. I've got a few decks here. Let's see. What else does Spirit want? What else do you want? We want animal spirit, and we want archetypes. Okay. I'm gonna pull you in here. Right. Seeing a crossroads. Seeing a cross and a crossroads. I'm seeing a lantern. There's something that there's a lantern that you're looking for. You're looking for guidance. You're looking for something to trust is what I'm hearing. You're looking for prudence is a word that prudence. What is that? What the fuck? I know the word. I know what prudence means, but prudence is the quality of being prudent. Well, fucking duh. Cautiousness. Acting with or showing care and thought for the future. Yeah. There's something scary. Something scary. Okay, we're gonna start with the Green Glyphs Oracle. Jumping. We have the feather. This is bringing lightness to a situation, a concept, a construct. Thank you, Spirit. A construct. Lightening the load, ostrich. This is aggression. This is aggression. This is a very pointed energy. This is like a flamboyant energy almost. This is asking you to bring lightness to what seems to be kind of really in your face, kind of really strong, to create a new perspective, willfully create a new perspective on this part of your life, on this part of your journey. Lost Parrot. This is not a card that I have seen before, so let's get the guidebook here. I'm so in love with this set that I bought from Green Glyphs, or from James R. Eads. This was the Green Glyphs set. It was a bit of an investment, but worth every single penny. Okay, missing the past, misconception about belonging, feeling lost, already gone. Okay, yeah. So I mean, really, whatever this is, this ostrich energy that you're being asked to call an end to, or kind of bring a lightness to, whatever it is that you need to allow to fall away, it is actually already gone. And I'm noticing like the shaking in my voice. Spirit is indicating how scary that is. How scary that is. Thank you, Spirit. Acorns. The acorn grows into the biggest, most beautiful oak tree, right? But it takes a lot of time. And I feel like a lot of you guys are in a place where you have acorns in your hands. They're right there, and whatever it is that is already gone, all that needs to be brought into the equation is an acceptance of that fact. Let's see what's on the bottom here. Mites. Well, that's gross. Mites. I can only imagine what that's referencing. Let's see. Something invasive, something terrible. Something invasive, something insidious. Worry, disease, paranoia, immediate action required. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So we'll circle back to that, see how immediate that action may be. But the thing is that whatever this is, again, this is something that's already been gone. I'm surprised Spirit wants me to use so many decks. Let's just check in really quick before we get into the tarot. I'm actually feeling like the Animal Spirits deck is the next one. Let's see. I saw a hawk today. I was driving. I was driving somewhere I didn't want to be. I was driving to take care of something I didn't want to take care of, and I saw a hawk. And it was for one of those things that needs to fall away. It was one of those things that's already gone, and I saw a hawk. We'll see what card comes out. But that's been a card that has been... I've pulled it for the collective a couple of times. The beaver. Busy building. This is the acorn. But also susceptible to a blockage. Let's get Spirit says one more from this deck, please. What's this one? It's this one. Fish. I'm actually not super certain about that one. Let's see what the fish is. What's the fish? I just saw it. Hang on. Restless, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current, Nothing pleases it more than movement, movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and the calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When in balance, you are adaptable and travels well. When out of balance, distracted and changes the mind often. Okay, so that's funny because the fish alongside the beaver, those are contrasting energies. So I think this is a clear kind of signifier of that which might need to fall away, collective. This is something that, whatever is, because the beaver, is actively building something. The beaver is actively building a structure from which it gains plenty, right? And you're doing that, or you're trying to do that. And the fish is an energy that is, really drawing you back quite a bit. It is halting your evolution, your revolution, your time spent moving forward, right? And creating that structure. Let's get from the archetypes deck here. Actually, you know what's funny is Spirit's been telling me not to shuffle this deck, but it's always after I split it. So I do this like lame, like kind of piling. This is the second time Spirit's told me not to shuffle the deck. Okay, we've got the heart. It's tender. Whatever needs to fall away is unfortunately already taking up space in your heart, right? The dead end here, but we know very well that it's about time. We've got the mentor. This could be, okay, yes, this is a coming of age for many of you. This could be someone who quite literally has acted as a mentor to you, or what I'm sorry, Spirit is saying they were meant to act as a mentor. They had embodied the mentor and failed in their role. Thank you, Spirit. Failed in their role. I also want to point out, I didn't say this, and I tried to make a point to say it, but as I was talking about the fish, as I was reading the guidebook for the fish, I was getting a lot of tingles in my legs. Some of you guys are falling suit to an energy that makes you want to spring, makes you want to go forth in a way that is disorganized. Okay. The poet, you have something very deep and tangible to provide, but if you don't bring it forth in a way that is authentic and pure and, only that you can do, right? Only you can do. The cave here is another reference to the heart. The cave exists in the heart space and is obviously, a very protected space. So Spirit is indicating here that like this that needs to fall away is taking away from the structure that you are not only building, but that is required to build such a heart-centered creation, right? Okay. Page of Swords. Okay, thank you. All right, let's get some. All right, well, Ace of Wands. Yeah. I got feelings about this one. The only way out is through, collective, and everybody's new at something at some point. You can't throttle yourself, you can't stop before you start. So this right here, it is you will stay in this page energy if you do not allow what needs to fall away. There is something outdated that is going to be brought to light this February that is really asking for your allowance and your admittance to release. Okay. And I want to highlight that you can ask for help with this. I keep some Archangel Michael oil here on my desk, and this is, I just bought it on Etsy. I don't know. I like Etsy for a few things. But this was created by someone who I actually really like. And something like this can help you really call forth. And you don't need a tool like this, right? You really just need a prayer. You don't need a tool. I like this because it helps me like kind of bring my prayer manifest. It helps me show myself that I am, but you just say a prayer, right? And you ask for help in letting these things fall away. Or I like to ask for things to be gentle, right? I like to ask for things to be gentle, to be nourishing and easy. Make it easy for me. Make it simple. Make it easy to understand. Make it gentle. Okay, let's see what Spirit has for us here. The Knight of Pentacles. Oh! The Tower and the Two of Pentacles. I think that there are some things that we can tread lightly on, and there are other things that we cannot screw around with, and one of the things that we cannot screw around with is our future, and our joy and our success and our abundance, whatever that looks like for you, right? Like, abundance might make one person happy, while simplicity makes another person happy. It's completely a personal experience, right? And a matter of personal preference. So collective, I see this very real kind of getting to know, familiarization with that which is actually yours, that which is actually your desire, not what has been kind of cast upon you as like, well, this makes sense for you. If you want your intuition to guide you, you do have to allow it to guide you, right? That's something that Spirit is saying. So a message that I've been kind of receiving and giving recently, just in the past couple of days, has been like, if your intuition has been telling you to break up with your partner or leave your job or, stop talking to your mom or like whatever it is, right? If your intuition is telling you to do something and you're not doing it because it just doesn't feel right, or like if your intuition is telling you to stop talking to that person or leave that social group because it's bad for you, it's not conductive, and you're not doing that thing because you feel a kind of obligation in one way or another to that thing, well, then your intuition is going to be blocked because it has given you a way forward and you have chosen not to take it, right? So this is something that's coming forward for the collective here. We have the Six of Wands coming out, which I love, obviously. The Two of Swords. The Six of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Emperor. This is very much an energy of if you wanted to, not if they wanted to, if you wanted to, you would. No one is going to provide the structure that you require, babe. You have to provide it for yourself. And so there has been an emergence of a backbone recently that I think is really important to cite here. This is really important to mention. As you go forth into the month of February, I want you to keep in mind what makes up your backbone, right? Is it integral to you and what feels right to you and what you would like to embody in this life, or is it the needs and the obligations cast upon you by others? Okay, collective, because we're entering a time where, February, a lot's going to kind of fall away. And again, like, I want you to just kind of allow those things to fall away as best you can. But in March, we've got quite a few curveballs coming. So I want you to go forth into this month with a gentle boldness that, it doesn't have to be like markedly loud or bold or boisterous. It doesn't have to be any of those things. What it has to be is authentic and true. It does not have to be bold. It does not have to make waves. It just has to be authentic and true. You hear me? You hear me? Just gonna get a couple from here. Seeing the card Simplify, which has been coming out a lot. Okay, humility is very similar energy. So something that I want you to remember is you are a creation of the Most High. You are a creation of the Lord. You are a creation of God. You are a creation of whatever you deem to be under the umbrella of God. That's you. You are a direct version, a direct incarnation of Source. It's you. It's you. That's what you're made up of, right? That's the fiber of your being is God. Okay. The material that you are made of is God. God is an observer. God is humble. God is kind. God is generous, right? God is gentle as they can be. Humility. Observe. What did I say? Did I say it? I think I said it. I thought I said it. God observes. God observes. God watches. God pays attention. I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention to how people treat you. This month I'm hearing a few words. Spirit is asking you to speak less. Spirit is asking you to talk less. Spirit is asking you to listen more and talk less. And that's not to say because you talk too much. It's because you talk too fast. Thank you, Spirit. It's not because you talk too much at all. Spirit is saying to talk more, in a way. in the way that is valuable. When you speak less, when you talk less, you speak with more value. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, brought that one together fine. When you talk less, you speak with more value, right? Spirit is asking you to spend more time listening and observing in the month of February. Connect. New connections will be made if you trust that what is happening for you and not to you, right? Guide, vary that. Also, this feels very, 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 very spiritual. This feels kind of extraterrestrial. I'm not going to lie. Like, what are you connecting with in your spiritual practice if you have one? If you're feeling like you are making connections in your spiritual work that you've never made before, I want you to really pay attention to that. Okay, the veil is getting really, really thin as Neptune moves further and further into Pisces, nearing his jump, his arresting Aries energy. Neptune is gonna get further and further into Pisces, and the veil is going to get thinner and thinner, and you're going to feel more and more connected. Boundary coming up here is asking you chill. I'm getting like so many chills all over my bodies, right now. It's coming from behind. My back, kind of covering my shoulders and then going down my legs. And this is usually very feminine, very safe, very overwhelmingly protective. And I won't go too far into that, but it's beautiful, this kind of tingle that I get with boundary here. It is letting me know that it's important that you do a little extra bubbling, you little protective bubble. You want to connect with that more this month, okay? Particularly as Neptune moves further and further into Pisces, and you watch how people truly treat you. Are they adding to your struggle, or are they taking away from it, right? Which side of the rock are they on? Seriously, are there people who are like pushing against you in this struggle, or are there people who are helping you push that rock up? Okay, and then nourish those relationships that are on the right side. Okay, disillusion. You might be surprised. With who brings what and what you have to let go of, and that's okay. Fear is an okay thing to experience, but you call it out by name. Something that I have adopted into my practice that's really important is calling out. Yes, listen. Okay, so this is right in line with what I was about to say. So somebody said to me once that emotions are sentient beings and they just want to be acknowledged and seen as sentient beings. And this is really important, okay? As we go forth into February, there is going to be some fears triggered that will present us with windows of opportunity that we can take or not. There's going to be a couple of moments where we kind of think, why is this happening? What is the purpose of this, right? Excuse me. And our ego mind is going to question, why do I have to go through this? What is the purpose of this one? And so Spirit is asking you to name your emotions, right? So again, emotions are sentient beings. When you feel fear, you can say it, right? You can say fear. You can identify fear. When you feel anger, you can identify anger, right? And if you do, bring it into practice where you identify your emotions and you call it out, you say, I'm feeling anger, right? I don't even say I don't say anything, really. I just say anger. I take a deep breath and I say anger, or I say sadness, right? Or whatever the emotion is that I'm experiencing in that moment. Because the thing is that you are experiencing an emotion, you are not that emotion. So in identifying it, you cease the process of identifying with it, right? If you disembody the emotion, then it is no longer taking over you, and thus the humility and the ability to embody the observer comes forth. Thank you, Spirit. It is empowering to identify your emotions and honor them and respect them. You can only do that if you identify them as separate from you. Okay, this month is going to offer you many opportunities to listen to your emotions and to listen to your higher power, and you can take them if you should choose. I want you to be mindful of the cycles that take place this month, because you're going to watch a couple of them end if you pay close attention. Okay. And that is all. 2727 on the timer. As I said, that is all. Those add up to 9. Yeah. So we have some cycles closing. We have some things closing. And so it's like, yeah, it's joyful. It's joyful. Are you going to let it be joyful? Is that the experience you're going to allow yourself? Or are you going to resist it the whole time? It's totally up to you. You can experience resistance without being resistant, right? You can experience grief without being grief, right? I would encourage you to change your language in regards to these emotions in any conversation. So you say I'm experiencing a lot of sadness at this time, or I'm experiencing a lot of grief right now, as opposed to I'm grief stricken. I'm feeling really sad today, right? Instead of I'm really sad right now. I'm experiencing what seems to kind of look like depression, right? And not I'm depressed. I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you either. I doubt it. And if you do, and be honest with yourself, do you, right? If you do, and that's okay if you do, right? Because it's giving you something. And it's tethering you to a reality that's been comfortable, right? But if you're here, then that reality might not really be aligned with what you want to create for yourself. So I want you to be honest with yourself about that. Okay? And that is where I leave you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Astrid. Welcome to the Sacred Gray. I'm a psychic oracle and mentor. I don't know. My email is in my bio or in the description of this video, along with some other information. If you feel called, you can reach out. But please share this video, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. These are free ways to support a growing channel. I love you so much. And I'm excited to see what comes forth and how we grow this month. Okay, please drink water. There's a lot of planets in Pisces right now. Okay, please take care of yourselves.